Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever noticed how some women, maybe even you, are drawn to the guys who are, well, let's just say, not so good for them? You know the type. They're the ones who leave you wondering what day they'll show up, if they'll show up, and if they do, will they forget your birthday? And yet, there's this undeniable attraction. It's like a moth to a flame, except the flame is wearing ripped jeans and a smirk. Today we're going to dive deep into this age-old question. Why do some women cheat on good men but stay loyal to bad boys? We'll unpack the psychology behind attraction, the thrill of the unknown, and how society plays a role in all of this. So buckle up, grab your favorite drink, and get ready for a fun and insightful conversation. And don't worry, no judgment here. We've all been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. Reason 1. Why we fall for the wrong guys. So, let's talk about attraction. What is it about those bad boys that makes our heads turn? Well, it's not just about the leather jackets and the motorcycles, although those don't hurt. It's about something deeper, something primal. Scientists call it the dark triad of personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Now, before you run for the hills, hear me out. These traits, in small doses, can actually be quite attractive. Narcissism, a little bit of it, can translate into confidence. Machiavellianism, well, that can be seen as charisma and the ability to get what you want. And psychopathy? Okay, that one's a little trickier, but it can come across as fearlessness and a sense of adventure. See, our brains are wired to seek out partners who can protect us and provide for us. And in the caveman days, these bad boy traits might have actually been indicators of a strong and resourceful mate. But here's the thing, our world has evolved, and those caveman instincts, well, they haven't quite caught up yet. So we're left with this weird disconnect where we're attracted to traits that might not actually be in our best interest. It's like ordering a triple chocolate cake when you're trying to eat healthy. You know it's not good for you, but oh, it's so tempting. But here's the good news. Just because we're biologically programmed to be attracted to certain traits doesn't mean we're powerless against them. We can learn to recognize these patterns and make more conscious choices about who we let into our lives. We can choose partners who are kind, respectful, and supportive, even if they don't ride a motorcycle or have a brooding stare. Because at the end of the day, it's those qualities that truly matter in a lasting and fulfilling relationship. Reason 2. The thrill is gone. Or is it? The ups and downs of unpredictability. Let's be honest, predictability can be a bit, well, boring. We humans crave novelty, we crave excitement, we crave a little bit of chaos now and then. And that's where the bad boys often excel. They bring an element of unpredictability to the table, a sense that anything could happen. One day it's a romantic dinner overlooking the city. The next day, they're whisking you away on a spontaneous road trip. It's a roller coaster of emotions. And let's face it, roller coasters are fun, at least for a little while. But the problem with roller coasters is that eventually, you want to get off. The constant ups and downs, the twists and turns, they can take their toll. And that's what often happens in relationships with bad boys. The excitement can be intoxicating at first, but over time it can become exhausting. The lack of stability, the emotional turmoil, it can wear you down. You start to crave the comfort and security that comes with a predictable partner, someone you can rely on, someone who makes you feel safe and loved. So while the excitement of the unknown can be alluring, it's important to remember that true fulfillment in a relationship comes from a deeper place. It comes from trust, respect, and a shared sense of adventure that doesn't involve constantly wondering if your partner is going to show up or not. Reason 3. Society says what? How culture shapes our choices. Let's face it, we live in a culture that often glorifies the bad boy image. We see it in movies, on TV, in music. The brooding hero, the rebel with a cause, the guy who breaks all the rules but somehow still gets the girl. It's a pervasive narrative that can be hard to escape. From a young age, women are often bombarded with messages about what's considered attractive and desirable in a partner. And often, Those messages center around men who are strong, assertive, and even a little bit dangerous. We're taught to be drawn to the guys who are the life of the party, the ones who command attention, the ones who seem to have it all figured out. And the quiet, sensitive types? Well, they're often relegated to the friend zone, seen as safe but boring. But here's the thing. These societal expectations are just that, expectations. They're not rules set in stone. We have the power to challenge these norms and redefine what it means to be an attractive and desirable partner. We can celebrate men who are kind, compassionate, and emotionally intelligent. We can teach our daughters to look beyond the superficial and appreciate the qualities that truly matter in a partner. It's about time we rewrite the narrative and create a culture that values authenticity, respect, and genuine connection over fleeting notions of bad boy charm. Reason 4. He forgot my birthday again. Real-life bad boy chronicles. Okay, let's get real for a minute. We've all had those moments where we've fallen for the bad boy charm, right? Maybe it was the guy who never called when he said he would, or the one who always seemed to be surrounded by drama. We knew it wasn't good for us, but something kept us coming back for more. I remember this one time back in the day I was dating this guy, and let's just say he was not exactly known for his punctuality. We were supposed to go to this concert, and I was so excited. I spent hours getting ready, picked out the perfect outfit, the whole 9 yards. The time of the concert came and went, no sign of him. An hour later, still nothing. I was starting to get really annoyed, but then, just when I was about to give up, he finally showed up, with this sheepish grin on his face, holding a single daisy. He apologized profusely, said he lost track of time, and somehow I found myself falling for it. Again. The concert was amazing. We had a great time, and for a little while I forgot all about his lateness. But of course, the pattern continued. He was always forgetting things, showing up late, not following through on his promises. And you know what? It was exhausting. It was emotionally draining to be with someone who was so inconsistent and unreliable. Eventually, I realized that the excitement of the bad boy act wasn't worth the stress and heartache it caused. I deserved someone who was present, who valued my time, and who made me feel secure. Reason 5. The heart wants what it wants, or does it? Unpacking emotional connection. We often mistake intensity for intimacy. We think that the butterflies in our stomach, the constant drama, the emotional highs and lows, that's what real love is supposed to feel like. But the truth is, true emotional connection runs much deeper than that. It's about feeling seen, heard, and understood by your partner. It's about feeling safe enough to be your authentic self, quirks and all. It's about building a foundation of trust, respect, and mutual support. Bad boys can be very good at creating the illusion of intimacy. They're often charming, charismatic, and attentive. At first. They know how to sweep you off your feet and make you feel like you're the only person in the room. But over time, that intensity can start to feel suffocating. The constant need for validation, the emotional ups and downs, it can take a toll on your sense of self-worth. You start to question yourself, your judgment, your own sanity. True emotional connection is not about drama or chaos. It's about finding someone who calms your soul, who makes you feel safe and secure, who celebrates your strengths and supports you through your weaknesses. It's about building a partnership based on mutual respect, understanding, and a deep sense of love and appreciation for who you are, flaws and all. So there you have it. The age-old question of why women cheat on good men but stay loyal to bad boys is a complex one, with no easy answers. It's a mix of biology, psychology, societal influences, and personal experiences. But the most important thing to remember is that you have the power to choose who you let into your life. You deserve a partner who makes you feel loved, respected, and cherished, not someone who leaves you feeling confused, insecure, and emotionally drained. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you ever fallen for the bad boy charm? What lessons did you learn from that experience? Share your stories in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. And don't forget to subscribe for more relationship advice, funny stories, and maybe even a few more dance moves. Thanks for watching.